So checking out Spell, it looks like we came down to our 786 Fibonacci and found a temporary bottom around this region. So like I highlighted before, it's a good thing that we did bounce on this 786 because in my last video I said if we lose this 786 we don't really have anywhere else to go apart from sweeping the lows, which is an 18% drop. So far so good. I'm personally not getting out of bed for this 8% bounce. I would just like to highlight we are down 63% in the past week or so. You know, I think obviously this is a good sign what we're seeing right now, that we've bottomed temporarily at the 786. We've always got to start a rally from somewhere, so you know, seeing an 8% bounce so far is good. I would like to see continuation come in tomorrow though. So if we jump over to the lower time frames and see what's going on, it looks like if we come over to the 4-hourly squeeze bomb, that these candles are turning dark red, which is indicative that bears are starting to lose control of this bearish momentum. But I would like to highlight the last time that we you know, started putting in these dark red candles, we came all the way down to the heart line and reset the momentum indicator, and then you know, we continued with this bearish downtrend. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. I don't think we're out of the blue until we do flip back into the green zone, and you know, that could take another couple of days, it could take a week or so. All in all, I really don't think we're too safe until we do hop above. Well, we've got EMA ribbons coming down. The long-term moving average will probably be down at the 618 Fibonacci in the next couple of days or so, as these are the 4-hourly ribbons. So I'd mark this as a very strong level of resistance coming in. This is your 618 Fib. Let me mark this a bit bigger because I've got a few around here. So you've got a 618 Fib right here. This is going to be a strong area of resistance for us to get over. You can also see these moving averages are coming down. The long-term moving average will take its time. But in theory, in the next day, in the next 2 days, if we do keep on pushing up, keep your eyes on approximately 4-5. If we do manage to flip that, then we would have a chance to reset the bearish momentum on the squeeze bomb and head to the upside. And then we would also have the chance to flip the 4-hourly EMA ribbons back to the upside, which is really what we want to see. Now, if we come over and look at this in a more macro frame, you know, we are still putting in higher lows on the MFI. It still does look like it wants to increase in the macro term. RSI as well, daily, is exponentially increasing. So if we do find a bottom here, so be it. I do imagine us coming up and taking out this level that we've been highlighting. But if we don't find a bottom here, do bear in mind, you know, it could get a lot uglier than just coming down to sweep the lows, because on the RSI and the money flow indicator, to start with, the money flow indicator, we're only at like midway. So there is a lot more momentum that could potentially be coming to the downside. Now, I'm not saying that we are going to move to the downside. I'm simply highlighting it is something we need to take into account if we do break below the 786. If we never have a daily close below 3.9, so be it. We could be entering back into this bullish trend. If we look at the 4-hourly, it looks like temporarily we've bottomed, which is a good sign. We normally always bottom around 20 on the MFI. If not, we come down and just slightly sweep the lows between 10 and 15, and we've come down to 15. So I think at least in the short term, that we are going to have a strong bounce, which is why I'm saying, you know, this could be a local bottom we have to revisit at some other time. Not my most likely scenario. I do think we are getting ready for a reversal on Spell. You know, these indicators have bottomed down here pretty nicely, in my opinion. We could be setting up, let me see, is this, yeah, I mean, this could be something like a really ugly inverse head and shoulders that could be playing out. I see a shoulder, a head, another shoulder here. So I mean, in the very, very short term, getting over 4.3 could give us enough momentum to push above 4.5. And like I said, coming over to the lower time frames, if we come back to where we've got the EMA ribbons on the 4-hour, once we do, if we do break out of this inverse head and shoulders, we'd have a very, very good chance of taking out 4.5. And then that would mean the squeeze bomb bearish momentum could reset and we could flip into a short-term bullish trend. That also could mean that we can flip this short on the EMA ribbons to the upside. So what do I think we need to look out for now? So, I mean, like I said earlier on in this video, this is really your moon line, your 618 Fibonacci. We've already come down and back tested the 786. Now is the time where we need to see, are we going to come up to the 618 and get rejected and have to expect that lows are going to be swept? Or are we going to take out the 618? Because once we take out the 618, I'd be a lot more confident to trade Spell. Now, For me personally, this is really a short-term trade. I would like to also highlight that the daily bearish momentum is still increasing to the downside. Now, we have only just initiated this trend. This can be quickly reversed. Like I said, keep your eyes on the 4-hourly. If we do take out 4-5, then we could see this this trend end, a lot quicker than it started. So, once again, keep your eyes on 4-5. This is your moon line. If we do take it out, I'd expect us to have another retest of this 6 region all the way up here, 0.006. That would be a 35% trade. Personally, I'm actually not looking to trade the breakout of the 618. If you've been watching my Spell videos, you know that I've been talking about how Spell is in a very macro downtrend. I'm not going to, point out every single thing, but you can see we've got lows, highs, lower highs, and we are in this, bearish momentum still. So that is something to keep in mind. I have highlighted in my previous videos, I believe this to be the most macro low. We've also got an M pattern breakdown here, which, the price target's already fulfilled. But nonetheless, there's, a couple of reasons there why I think it's important we take out 0.006. I highlighted this like a week or so ago. Once we take out this region, we really don't, because we came down so fast, we didn't really build any support or resistance on the way. So I believe the price is going to be magnetized to the area where the most volume is traded. And, from what I can see, the next point of control would be up here at the 236 Fibonacci. Lines up very nicely. We've got bottoms down here, bottoms, impulses, bottoms. And then, this was support, bounce, resistance, and then we haven't been able to come near it since. So the 236 Fibonacci is my personal target. Once again, this hasn't changed. I'm looking to buy a breakout of this important level at 0.006. If we are getting ready for a moonshot up to there, we do need to break this line, put in a daily close, and this is important. We need to back test it on the daily and then start to head up. I said this before because you can see on the 4-hourly we came up, we tried to hold it, and we just completely fell for it both times, which is obviously not what you want to see. So personally, I'm looking for a push up, a daily close, back test, push up. That's when I'd be looking to enter my trade. Until then, I'm really not going to be trading the very short-term moves on Spell Token. Nonetheless, if I was, I'd keep my eyes on this bearish momentum. I'd keep my eyes on 4-5. I think if we have a strong breakout of 4-5, we'd be flipping 4-hourly EMAs, we'd be flipping the 618 fib. That would be an absolutely perfect textbook breakout, throwback to the 786, break above the 618 Fibonacci. That would be a perfect bottom confirmed, in my opinion. So short term, keep your eyes on 4.5. Long term, I've got my eyes on the 0.006 up here. That's where I'm looking to make my trade. Nonetheless, short term, starting to look good. Bears are starting to lose control, starting to head up. Only 8% so far. I want to see continuation come by tomorrow. If by tomorrow we're pushing above 4-5, like I said, we could subside the bearish momentum that we have just initiated in the past couple of days. That is all I see for Spell. Best of luck if you're in it. Once again, none of this is financial advice, just my opinion. Cowboy out. Peace.